podcast about two of the greatest things in the world, beer and Weird Al. And I can't believe that we are already at the end of side one of Polka Party. It is our Polka Party about Polka Party, and it is side one of Polka Party that we're talking about today. And as we have been doing now, as is tradition here, I like making traditions happen on this show. As is tradition, when we wrap up a side of any Weird Al album, I bring in our good friend, Insane Ian, to help tie it all up and tie it all together. So, Ian, how are you, my friend?
Oh my goodness, I'm doing good. And hello, yes. That is the most times I've heard the phrase polka party uttered in a span of 30 seconds. That was incredible. I think you said it 527 times.
At least.
Incredible. Good stuff. Hooray.
Thank you. Yeah. It's my own fault. The nomenclature of this particular series of episodes is I've called Polka Party, a Polka Party, and then the name of the episode. So the episode before this, where we had our friend Polka Bob on to talk about Polka Party, it is Polka Party, a Polka Party, Polka Party.
I don't think that's enough polkas and or parties.
No, I don't either. And actually, I feel like this is the time I need to mention. So I like to have the Wikipedia page of the album or the song or whatever up just for like quick and easy reference, as we're having conversation. And
sure.
When I type Polka Party into ye old Google does that thing where it now has a section called People Also Ask, right? So questions related to your initial search query. And one of the People Also Ask questions when you type in Polka Party is, when were polka parties popular?
Yes, and was the use of a hey boy necessary for attending a polka party?
That's not mentioned in the answer that Google gives.
Well, imagine that.
So, no, this makes me question everything that Google has to deliver now, right? Yeah. So just for our amusement, this is the answer. The polka was a European sensation before it swept America in the 1840s. The dance and its variations were already in the repertoires of local musicians by 1845 when Jackson Leland penned a quick step for his Cleveland brass band. Lively polkas and romantic waltzes were popular throughout the Victorian era. So I guess that's the heyday of polka parties. I can't speak to hey boys at this point.
That I suppose counts enough.
Yeah, I think so. Good golly. I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that this episode, we're not recording it on the 4th of July, but this comes out on the 4th of July.
Ah.
Yeah. So,
a patriotic polka party, if you will.
It is a patriotic polka party. So, yeah, I'll take that. This is a polka party.
About the only
for America.
Patriotism we're interested in right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. I'll tell you this, and this is as far as I'm going with it. It's mostly my beer snobbery more than anything that's happening here. Is the canned crack. Just full disclosure, people, the canned crack that you all heard at the beginning of this episode was an analog can crack, but it was actually a polar seltzer, cranberry lime. Was not a beer. Because the only beer that I have in my fridge that was even like close to appropriate for a recap of side one of Polka Party that was coming out on Independence Day was one of the handful of the real American beer that Hulk Hogan put out.
Oh my God.
We have it for wrestling reasons, okay? Like just the amusement of that whole situation, but it is not good.
Yeah, well, I mean it's from Hogan, so that's what I would expect.
I get that. So I feel like it's very important for me as a person to make the distinction between I like Hulk Hogan, the wrestling character. I don't care for Terry Bollea, the person, and never have for various reasons.
Yeah, no, that's
right.
That's fair.
That's totally
absolutely fair.
Yeah. All this to say, we got a 12-pack of this real American beer for, again, for wrestling reasons, because they released it here. We're like, well, we got to try it, you know?
By the way, the phrase "for wrestling reasons" amuses me to no end.
Thank you.
And and the fact that it's beer for wrestling reasons.
Yeah.
Opens up so many different things. Most people would think beer for wrestling reasons is a Stone Cold thing, but yeah, no, this is Hogan's Real American Beer, which already problematic in of itself, given who Terry is. But also, yes, he had that song Real American in the 80s when they did a wrestling album.
Hey, do you know who wrote Real American?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Rick Derringer.
Hey, tying it all together in R.I.P.
Yep.
Mr. Derringer.
So you see, look at but I have also had the Stone Cold Broken Skull IPA and the lager, and Stone Cold's Broken Skull IPA is the best of all of the beers for wrestling reasons.
The beers for wrestling reasons. You need T-shirts that say that.
I should. Don't threaten me with a good time. I can make that happen. Oh gosh, but yeah. So that's all I had in the fridge for this, and I had one on an episode. Oh, I had one on the Living with a Hernia episode.
Appropriate.
Right? Exactly. And I was like, nope, I don't want to drink any more of that.
I don't want this flavor in my face.
No, I'll save that beer for cooking and or baking. Like, because I like cooking and or baking with beer, and this is. But I mean, it's just
beer, chicken, and beer bread. Yep.
I like a good beer bread. I'll put it in chili. You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I digest.
Yes.
So we're here to talk about side one of Polka Party. And it opens with the aforementioned Living with a Hernia, which is a parody of Living in America by James Brown, which was from the Rocky Four movie.
Rocky Four.
Yep, Rocky Four. And just a little bit of information about that was when it came time to pick a song to parody as the lead single for this album, Scotti Brothers Records had some very strong ideas and wished to have a parody musician who was signed to the same label, parody a musician who was signed to the same label. So after Living in America became a hit, the record label insisted that Al parody the song, and he obliged.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good choice for a song. It's a very, it's really filled with a lot of hernia knowledge, which, you know, is par for the course for Al when he writes. You know, he does delve deeply into a subject. And I have to say a little bit of a side thing here, a little bit of a personal anecdote, which is sometimes what I bring to these little recaps we do at the end. Not only did I cover this song recently, live performing at MarsCon this past March out in Bloomington, Minneapolis, but I performed it because currently I have 2 hernias right now.
Oh gosh. So you are living with...
I am currently living with not just a hernia, but 2 hernias.
Good golly.
One of which is mentioned in the song, the inguinal hernia.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
I also have what's the umbilical hernia.
Oh, right on.
But and by the time this airs, I will have already seen a surgeon to figure out what I'm going to do about these hernias. But as of recording, I have not seen one yet.
So you're gonna look at him and say, "Help me out, dig."
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, it's a fun song. I think I may have, if I didn't react to the video on my Patreon at insaneian.patreon.com, or patreon.com/insaneian, I should say. Whoopsie doodle. I messed up my own plug. I reacted to a bunch of Al videos and compared them to the original videos with which he was parodying, you know, when he was doing shot-for-shot remix and the like. And this one, I think, doesn't this like use the same stage that James Brown did? Yeah, so like he shot it in the same location that the James Brown video is shot, and does a lot of recreations of course, you know, the famous thing James Brown would always do is he'd start off stage, they'd put the cape on him, but he'd turn around and start singing even more, and like he throws the guy off of him. The video really sells this song really well, and as a lead single, it's a fantastic lead single.
I couldn't agree more. I absolutely couldn't agree more. And like, I love this video so much. This is top 5, maybe even top 3 Weird Al video for me. I
Mhm.
I love this video so very much, and one of the frequent topics of conversation in my house, which is again why I love my house so very very much, is the notion that, like, I don't know that Al could get away with making a video like this, like, today, you know?
Well, I think that he can, because he didn't do something then that would have gotten him canceled for doing it.
That's totally fair. No, I get that. I get that. You know, it's just the hair, the dancing, the mannerisms, like all this, that, and the other. It's so close to something that could, like, offend somebody, but he doesn't. Right?
I think he's not really running on offense here. I think imitation, as they say, is the sincerest form of flattery, and although that's not the complete version of the quote, it does kind of, that section of it kind of applies here, and he's doing a recreation. He's trying to mimic the dance style that James Brown does, and in doing that, there's nothing really offensive in my eyes to that. Now, had he gone a little further with the quote-unquote look of things,
Yep.
yes, that would have been problematic, obviously.
Right.
But I think imitating dance moves, there's nothing particularly problematic about it, because you are embodying a character.
That's
right?
I like that perspective on it. Absolutely. Like, this is, part of me feels like sometimes you're giving, you may be giving more benefit of the doubt to people than they may deserve.
Yeah.
And I mean people's level of getting offended by things, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right?
No,
Like,
I'm very much a benefit of the doubt kind of guy.
yeah.
But speaking as someone who is a performer myself, when doing something like this, when kind of aping the style of somebody and aping their look as far as dance moves or what have you, let it be a Michael Jackson type dance move, or a James Brown type dance move, or even a Madonna style dance move. You're really just kind of embodying that idea of, yes, this is a parody of their work. So I'm not only parodying the song, I'm going to parody their dance style, the way they move, the way they behave.
Yeah.
So you're embodying that character in that parody.
That's beautiful. I love that. Yes. Thank you. You've actually made me feel better about this. I love this video so much, and part of me is just like, this is like, it's again, I said it's probably like top 3 Weird Al video for me, but it is like nowhere near the top 3 videos like I'll show somebody first. You know what I mean?
Of course. It's a great video, and one of the things I love about watching other reactors react to it is that some jokes manage to go over their heads. Like, if they clock it when they watch it, but they don't say anything about it, that one point where it cuts to a shot of his feet as he's dancing, and the one foot goes all the way around, most of them don't say anything about that. I can't tell if they're stunned by it or not, but they never point it out, and that's an amazing joke.
It's a knee slapper for me every time. Like, literally, I'm not even joking. Like, I literally, I just slap my knee when I see that. I was like, there he goes again. Like, this is just doing what he's supposed to do.
It's so perfect. The in real life shots, the IRL shots of him out on the street, still in the James Brown outfit, which is hilarious.
Yep.
He's wearing that outfit to go to the doctor's office. He's wearing at least the jacket and shirt to play tennis, but he's in shorts. And when he's walking and bowling, and the crowd of people are not just running past him, but literally running circles around him. The woman in the walker is able to outpace him.
I know.
All of these visual gags are just so brilliant, and they're one of the great ways that I talk about a lot when I do this show on YouTube, the Comedy Musician Reacts. Hello, I'm plugging myself all over the place here.
That's the way you do it. That's why you go on shows.
Yes. But what I talk about on this show is the idea that if you're making a music video for a comedy song, you want that music video to help enhance what the joke is you're already explaining in the lyrics without detracting from the lyrics. You know, you want the comedy in the visuals and the comedy in the lyrics to kind of work in tandem to help enhance the overall comedy of the song. And I think that's something that Al has perfected in every one of his videos and does so amazingly well that everyone else trying to do that kind of thing basically just needs to take lessons from him.
Yeah. He's the prototype that can never be recreated. Absolutely. All we can do is try.
And it's so much of a these are visuals that are adding to the gag. Yes, he's moving with a hernia, so he's moving very slowly, and just showing that visual of how not only are they outpacing him, but literally running circles around him. Doesn't pull away from the lyrics, doesn't make you not listen to the lyrics, but it enhances the joke of the song itself. Mm-hmm. And it's perfect.
It's perfect. I think that's a perfect note to move on to another perfect thing.
Absolutely.
Because track 2 on this is outstanding dog eat dog style parody of the Talking Heads about the mundane world of office work.
A fantastic pastiche full of all of the earmarks that one would expect for a Talking Heads pastiche. It's phenomenal. One of my mom's favorite songs, actually. When I was growing up and we were listening to this album, she absolutely loved this one. Not that I ever knew her to be a big Talking Heads fan, but she loved the jokes in this song. And this song is chock-a-block full of them.
Oh, the jokes absolutely land, for certain. And just to, if somebody's listening to this because they only listen to the recap episodes, which happens, I would urge you to go back and listen to our Dog Eat Dog episode, especially if you are a member of the Facebook group, the Close Personal Friends of Weird Al, because I got Jim Ellick, the admin of the Close Personal Friends of Weird Al. He made his podcast debut on that episode.
Excellent.
Yeah, he'd never been on any podcast before ever at all, and he did a marvelous job. We had a wonderful time. And I will actually get to, as of the recording of this, it hasn't happened yet, but when this comes out, I will have gotten to finally meet Jim in person because we're going to the same Weird Al show at Pine Knob in Michigan. So,
Excellent. Well, I tell him Insane Ian says hello.
I most certainly will.
And yes, that's awesome. And of course, I'm sure you will enjoy the show, of course.
Yeah. So this is a weird place, right? Because this episode's coming out where it's already happened to me.
Yes, I will have by the time this episode comes out, I will have already seen Al at Ravinia here in Illinois, and that will be a good time as well. What's really funny is I go see Weird Al, and the day after I go to the hernia surgeon.
Jeez. What day do you see Weird Al?
The 29th.
Oh my gosh! Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I've got July 2nd, so yeah, you get there first.
That will be my 28th time seeing Weird Al in concert.
Oh man, you should have stopped.
I should have stopped, but I want to get to 127.
That's the way to do it.
Because I was like, hey, I've seen him 27 times. Maybe I should stop. Oh no, I can't. And now my wallet's angry at me.
Yeah.
Who cares? Gonna do it anyway.
Right. I'm sure if I sat down really hard and thought about it, I could remember.
Don't sit down really hard; you'll hurt yourself.
No, that's right. No, my coccyx. I would have a big problem. But yeah, I haven't seen him quite as many times as you have, but it's close. But I've got 2 on this particular tour that I'll be able to make. So I'm
debating seeing him at Riot Fest. Because that would probably be the second one on this tour. And I just have to say, as an aside, oh, my coccyx is just an incredible phrase to just shout out. It should be the episode title, but you're titling it about the recap.
I know.
If you made wacky titles for your podcast titles, that would be perfect. I fractured my coccyx in high school, so that's always fun.
Well, so did my dad, actually, which is why I readily know that the coccyx is your tailbone and know anything with your butt. So my dad would be like, "Be careful, watch your coccyx," And so that's just, I didn't even think about it when it came out of my mouth.
I was gonna say there's a person there with some knowledge, because that is the exact bone that I fractured in my tailbone. That was a fun year in high school. Ugh. Anyway, dog eat dog.
Speaking of tails, yeah, and bones, dog eat dog.
Oh my goodness, what a segue.
I know. It's great. It's great. So part of the conversation that we had on the full episode that we did about Dog Eat Dog was that this is a perfect time capsule of a song, right? Because
It
office
really
work has
is.
changed so much
Yeah,
that
there an update to this song having work at home stuff would be brilliant.
yeah. Oh my god, yeah, about like being on mute or like your dog or cat ruining a Zoom call, you know.
Technically, I think we've done like the Zoom version of that. Devo Spice, Luke Ski, and I did a parody of Rump Shaker called Zoom Meeting, and which won a Logan Award. It was
Yes.
Devo's song, and that came out a couple of years ago, right around the height of the pandemic in 2020. So Zoom Meeting. All I want to do is zoom.
That's
Um,
perfect. Yes.
that one came out a couple of years ago, so that's kind of based on that idea, but not really the dog eat dog version. Just more specifically about Zoom meetings.
Yeah, and like so what so I know that like you're not really like a traditional office work kind of guy.
I have been though. I have been. I have worked in an office before.
Yeah.
And I find that like the culture definitely has changed greatly, at least from the time of the recording of this song. This song, I will say, probably one of the most dated references occurs in this song. And it's two things. It's the stupid human tricks. Maybe I could get on David Letterman.
Yeah. Uh so I have to tell you this. About a month ago, my stepson and my parents were in town visiting us. So my stepson from Detroit and my parents from Pennsylvania were all here. My dad got a house in St. Augustine and we all stayed at it for a weekend. It was lovely. We went, the five of us, yes, there's five of us. So we went to a diner for breakfast one morning and we're sitting in this diner and this diner has some TV on and they are showing a channel that is playing nothing but stupid human tricks. And I'm sitting there like waiting for my breakfast burrito, just like staring at like people like turning their lip like all the way up over their nose, or like I'm like, "Oh my god, this is what it is." Right? You can bend paper clips into the shape of small animals,
Small
man.
animals, yeah.
So I was mesmerized. I completely missed out on the entire like breakfast conversation because I was just watching this stupid human tricks.
Yeah, they were definitely a fascinating era of pop culture. Having that be a segment on Letterman's show was always very unique and very it kind of grounded it into, hey, he's a regular guy, he has regular people on his show.
Yep.
um so it was definitely kind of endearing in that manner.
I agree. Yeah, but I mean this song is great, right? Like it's a perfect Talking Heads style parody.
It's
Um
so great to see him perform it live because he does it in the giant suit,
suit.
the giant David Byrne suit, which kind of adds to the pastiche. There's a lot of songs on this album. This album only had technically two singles. Three if you count Addicted to Spuds, but that didn't have a music video.
Right.
But technically there was only two real singles for this album,
The
and I
first and
felt
the
there should
last song on it. Yep,
yeah,
yep.
and I felt there should be more, and they were deserving of music videos, and there definitely have been fan music videos for a lot of these songs. But it's one of those things where I feel like an official Al video would have really helped probably this album a little bit more, because while it is kind of critically maligned and did not do very well on the charts, up to it only reached 177 on the Billboard Hot 200, which at least he made it onto the charts, but still his lowest ranked album as far as Billboard is concerned. I think more videos probably would have helped push this up a little bit better.
I absolutely agree. Like, and I've got the full swath of the track listing of the album like right up in front of my face. And, you were here with me all through Dare to Be Stupid, and I feel like this album is more balanced and is more complete and has more highs than Dare to Be Stupid does, right? But
I would say maybe not more highs, but I say it corrects some things that you have issue with.
yep, it
Dare to
does
Be
do that.
Stupid.
Yeah, it does do that.
And we'll get to that when we get to the end of this side.
We most certainly will.
But as far as Dog Eat Dog goes, it is definitely a song that the live performances benefit from.
Yeah.
It's a great song. It's a great song to have the audience sing along with. And again, as another weirdly personal anecdote that I bring to my appearances on this, Dog Eat Dog is the song that wound up on the Weird Al Yankovic tribute album that I produced.
Yes.
That was actually by Weird Al, that Al himself actually was a part of, that I didn't know about until years later.
It's fantastic.
So the track is attributed to a Mac Hine and the Stupid Jerks. And it was sent to me by a guy named Mike Hine out in New Jersey. Now, Mike Hine, I think, is a real guy named Mike, but that might not be his last name. But who actually sent it to me using this New Jersey address was John Bermuda Schwartz. And Bermuda sent me this track, and Mac Hine, of course, if you put those two words together, it spells machine. This track is all electronic. It is all electronic drums, bass, guitar, and the vocals are the text-to-speech voice from your computer from back in the day. That's the voice that's singing the song Dog Eat Dog. And come to find out, years later, Bermuda approached me at one of the shows one time. And he goes, "Did I ever tell you the secret about your tribute album?" And I went, "You have a secret about my tribute album?" And he goes, "Yeah, so that Mac Hine and the Stupid Jerks, that's me and Al. We wanted to have a song on one of the tribute albums. We came up with this name, and we did that track. That is basically, we restructured Al's demo for the song that he gave the band. We restructured it, put that computerized voice on it, and sent that in for the tribute album."
That's delightful, and it just makes complete sense. Like I'm amazed, but I'm like not at all surprised, if that makes sense.
They wanted to be a part of the tribute album, so they disguised themselves, and I had no idea about that until Bermuda told me about it. And of course, I've told this story on Dave and Ethan's 2000-inch Weird Al podcast before. I got permission from Bermuda now to talk about this, but yes, that was kind of a hidden secret about that tribute album for quite some time.
What a joy! That's perfect. That's beautiful. I love that so much. All right, we're gonna hit Addicted to Spuds, and then we're gonna throw it to some ads. I
figured that's where the break would be. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that. Well, we'll talk about the potatoes first. I feel like the ads. Do you want the ads to come before or after the potatoes?
You get your meat, and then you get your potatoes.
Okay, so we'll throw the ads out there first. Okay, folks. How can you have an egg pudding if you don't eat? No, here's some ads.
Wrong.
Right? What? Wrong one.
Wrong reference. Wrong reference.
I know. Okay, we'll be back.
If you're into comedy, game shows, and improv, you should come check out BFYTW. We are an adult British-inspired comedy panel show. New episodes release every Thursday through your favorite podcast player or bfytwpod.com. We're also a founding member of the Odd Pods Media Network and would love for you to join us for some laughs.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff?
Remember yesterday I was telling you how I wished I could have seen one of Billy Joel's sold-out shows at Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I said you should go see Taylor Swift instead. She's the modern-day Billy Joel.
Well, today my phone said I should read an interview with Billy Joel where he talks about both retirement and Taylor Swift.
Oh, man. It's always so creepy when that happens.
We should do a podcast about how our devices are always listening to us.
We already do. It's called Suggested Articles.
A podcast?
We talk about how technology is always spying on us and how those tech corporations are such big buttholes.
Dude, you can't say buttholes on a podcast promo.
Dude, we already did. Twice.
Join us every other Monday on Suggested Articles,
the podcast,
on your favorite podcast app.
Part of the Odd Pods Media Network.
And we're still off the rails.
I know. Well, we don't ever have rails here. That's the
where we're going. We don't need rails.
Exactly. All right. Our next track is "Addicted to Spuds," which is a parody of "Addicted to Love" by Robert Palmer, also R.I.P. Actually, I need before I say R.I.P. Because I mean it. I mean it. My husband Russ's mom, she instilled in Russ like a big like Elvis fandom. Okay, so like Russ, Elvis is one of Russ's absolute favorites, and Russ's mom would not take any criticism of Elvis. Like she was just like, no, she just wouldn't stand for it. And apparently at some point in like the late 70s or early 80s, Robert Palmer said somewhere in an interview that something not complimentary of Elvis. Okay.
I see.
So then when Robert Palmer passed away, Russ told his mom the news and she goes, good.
Oh my goodness.
And
that is holding a grudge.
Yep. And I was like, okay, well that tracks. I like that story, you know. But yeah, of course, we love Robert Palmer in this house.
Of course.
You know, we love Power Station, we love Robert Palmer, we love everything that he does. And I love Addicted to Love, and I love Addicted to Spuds.
Addicted to Spuds is another song that could have benefited from a music video.
Yep.
And I recall many years ago, when I think they were advertising Weird Al's Greatest Hits. And on TV, they were advertising the album on television. And in this ad, they're naming all the songs that are on it, and they name Addicted to Spuds. And with all the naming of the songs, they show the video clips, but there is no video clip for Addicted to Spuds.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, they show the clip of Al playing Robert Palmer from the UHF music video. With Addicted to Spuds dubbed over it. So that it has that visual of, oh yes, this is a Robert Palmer parody.
Yep. Yeah, because it didn't actually have a video. He did perform this with potato dancers at some New Year's Eve special.
Yeah. I was either a New Year's Eve thing or it was the Dr. Demento 20th anniversary thing.
Or both.
One of the or both of those.
I don't know.
But I feel like he also didn't do like a more music video styled one with the girls in potato head costumes on the Weird Al show.
He might have done.
He might have. Maybe I'm thinking of the UHF video, and that's combining with the potato head costumes from a live performance. I don't know.
We could be conflating. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. Like
it doesn't really matter.
That this song is great, and it would have benefited from a video, absolutely. But I mean, Weird Al has gone on record talking about the song that a music video was never made because there was a strict budget for videos for this album.
Yes.
And he felt that the video would be a one joke thing and not really worth its own video. But yes, a parody of this was later inserted into UHF. So
yes,
what else could he have done? I absolutely agree that he should have done a video for this. Like, what would that even look like other than being the one note that it is?
Well, the song itself could be called one note in itself. It is just, it is, however, almost 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 50 seconds of potato jokes. Now, being able to get that many potato jokes into a song is incredible. And, again, another mark for Al's skill as a songwriter. But I think, the original and visual of this video, especially since Robert Palmer's videos are just kind of, the two videos that I can think of are both the same thing of him and then the backup band being all women,
right?
And with the high heels and the short skirts and the glaven, but and Al's version, of course, they all have the glasses and the mustache of Al in the UHF video, is a brilliant gag for that video because he's parodying a lot of popular MTV stars in that music video, since the song is not really a pastiche of any particular one artist. But for this video, yes, it would be a little one note to kind of how many different potato gags can you do visually. I think now it might be a little easier to do because you could have it sung by Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings.
Potato, yeah.
Exactly. I actually did a parody of Dua Lipa's oh God, what is it? I can't think of what the Dua Lipa song is now. I'm levitating. And I called it "I Love Potatoes" because
sure.
that chorus breakdown just becomes Samwise's speech and boil them, mash them, stick them in a that whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, regardless of that, and that's just a dumb parody idea. It was never developed beyond that chorus. but like, you know, now it might be a little easier to do that because potatoes, ever since this song, potatoes kind of became kind of like bacon. It's a food that's very funny to bring up in songs and other pop culture things. So like, you know, bacon had kind of like a resurgence as a popular dish and people made songs about bacon. Luke Ski has his bacon song, and you know, they put bacon in many different things. But now you have the meme of Marge holding the potato. I just think they're neat. And having Samwise talk about potatoes, so making the video now would almost be easier than it would have been to make that video then.
That's a really good point. That's a good point. Yeah. So who knows? Like, because all of this to say, right? We retroactively got a video for your horoscope for today. So who's to say?
Exactly. If we could get the Simpsons team to animate a music video for this one, it'd be perfect.
Yeah. Potato. Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's get some eyes on it.
There's no potato joke. Eyes.
That's yeah. So before we move on to the next song, though, I need to ask you, what is your favorite presentation of potato?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm a big fan of French fries. I like French fries a lot. My friend Wes, who I used to be in a band with called Pudding Capacity years ago, who's been a friend of mine for literal decades, used to make fun of me because he was hanging out with me and my ex-wife, who was my wife at the time, and she was dieting, and she said, French fries are my trigger food, and I said they're mine as well, and he just brings up that phrase, French fries are my trigger food, so often still. So probably French fries, although I do like a good baked potato with all the extra stuff on it, the butter and the etc. That's always really nice. The butter and like the brown sugar and yes, good stuff. I'm a big fan of sweet potatoes, honestly.
Sweet potatoes are, I've told the story before. When I was first getting into solid foods, the only one I would eat was the sweet potato baby food, and I turned orange, and so I had to get off of sweet potatoes for a while. But the doctor literally looked at my mom and said, "Ma'am, your baby is orange," and so I had to not eat that for a while.
Yeah, that's too much. That's if it changes the tint of your flesh, that's too much. That's too much.
I was an Oompa Loompa for a period of time because of the food. But yeah, I still love sweet potatoes so much. Like, I love sweet potato fries. I love a good baked sweet potato. I don't like a sweet potato casserole because I feel like it doesn't need marshmallow. Sweet potatoes are sweet enough as it is. Why are you
Whenever I had sweet potato casserole, until I got married, I never knew people put marshmallow on it. Because my mom would make sweet potato casserole without marshmallow,
as the Lord intended.
And I never knew that was something that was on it. And then I had it with her family, and I was like, why is this is a dessert now? Why is this a thing? It's still good-ish. I mean, because I like sweet things, and it's a problem. But yeah, no, I love sweet potatoes. But I'm sorry, that Oompa Loompa thing just put the worst parody in my head. Oompa Loompa Doompity Doo, Your child is orange and so is their poo. Sorry, I apologize. It's terrible.
No, that's fine. So then you go, no more sweet potatoes for you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yes, sweet potatoes are excellent. Sweet potato fries are excellent. Yes, French fries in any of their shapes, as far as potatoes, they could be curly fries, they could be seasoned fries, they could be the waffle cut. It doesn't matter. Potatoes, yum.
Yeah, okay. I'm right there with you. I do like a good breakfast potato. I like
breakfast potatoes, like the little hashed brown. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, hash browns. I'm depending. Most of the time, I prefer a home fry over a hash brown.
Sure.
But all this
I do like the lattice cut, kind of like when you get at Waffle House.
Oh,
that's good too.
No, when you go to Waffle House, I'm a smothered and covered person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got the onion and the cheese. That's the way to be. All right. So now that we've exhausted our potato.
Now that we've had the potato famine, let's move on.
Oh my gosh! Right? I wish. Yeah.
Bravo on the pun. Bravo. Well done.
Thank you. You got to be quick in my house with the puns, Otherwise, you get stepped on. So, it's good.
You get punished. Yeah.
You get punished. Okay. Track 4 on side 1 is One of Those Days, which is a Yankovic original about having one of those days. And I had our friend UH Jeff on to talk about this one. This is a song that is near and dear to his heart. He told a wonderful story on that episode that people need to just go back and listen to it, because we had a, oh my God, we were in the same place at the same time revelation about it. So, that's
excellent.
There was some magic. But yeah, this song, One of Those Days, what's your take on it?
This is one of my all-time favorite Weird Al songs. This really speaks so much to Al's sense of humor, like his personal sense of humor. A lot of the songs in Al's oeuvre, in Al's catalog, are always songs that are sung by a narrator that is not necessarily Al. They're always sung from the perspective of a character that is telling this story. And sometimes that character may be an actual character from a film, for example, like Obi-Wan or Ian Malcolm or what have you. This one seems like this is just Al doing this song about a terrible day, and it really, really captures well just not only the absurdist sense of humor that he has with a lot of the weird things going on, but also like kind of somewhere in his dark sense of humor. There's a lot of dark jokes in this one too, and this one also plays with the idea of what could be considered a bad day as well. Like he's naming all of these horribly terrible things, and then also paper cut, or like just like something kind of lame and mundane as like the capper. And a lot of these come in threes, which is a great rule of comedy, to have your jokes be in threes. You have your first one, your second one, the third one kind of like summarizes or like expands on the comedy, but he does it in reverse. It does like a big thing, a bigger thing, and then kind of a small kind of mundane thing.
Yeah.
And that's brilliant, and that's really what makes this song work so beautifully and why it's one of my favorites. Back when we were doing 26 and a half, the Weird Al tribute album, I was working on 2 songs, and I finished my That Boy Could Dance cover. The other song I was going to cover more traditionally was One of Those Days, and we got most of it recorded, but we didn't get it finished in time. But One of Those Days is one of my favorite songs of his. I even reference it in another song of mine called Corey Can't Even. I make a lyrical reference to one of the lyrics in One of Those Days in that song.
Fantastic. Yeah, like this is absolutely a fan favorite song for like all of the reasons that you've said, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the template. this follows the template. This follows exactly that thing that Al does just so well, where it's the big things and the small things, and either the small things are right on par with the big things, and you don't see the difference between, you know, a paper cut and them dropping the bomb, or like you do, but it doesn't matter, you know, because you're equally annoyed, you know?
Yes, exactly.
And
exactly.
I love it. Like this formula gets like redone again. On Why Does This Always Happen to Me?
Exactly.
And I've said this before on the show, like during COVID, I absolutely was. Why does this always happen to me? Because they kept like preempting the prices right.
Oh no!
And I'm like, how dare you? First of all,
right?
How dare you? But every day I was like, come on, you couldn't have done this during Let's Make a Deal, you know?
But all the Wayne Brady fans would be upset.
Yeah, but my maiden name is Carrie, so I'm a Drew person.
Okay, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Wayne Brady today, when he signs off, doesn't tell you that he loves you. So Drew Carey does. He ends every episode telling you he ends every episode telling you to, you know, pay attention to your mental health, you know, talk to somebody if you need to. And then he goes, people love you and I love you. And then he signs off. And I'm like, that's the way to do it, Drew. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Drew Carey's good people.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's a Carey.
Of course.
But anyway, I digress. Because one of those days, it's a fun song. It's great to listen to, and like truly, it's a solid little song. Like musically, it's super fun.
It absolutely is. It'd be interesting if it to find out if it actually is a pastiche of something. You know, like there's a lot of Al songs that like are pastiches that, you know, the layman, unless you're into a lot of the things that Al has a particular taste for, you wouldn't realize are a pastiche.
Right.
Al has done 2 different Tony O'Kay pastiches, and I don't think this is a Tony O'Kay pastiche, but I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't supposed to be aping the style of a song, and you know, the Al fans out there haven't actually discovered what it's trying to ape yet.
Yeah, that's very true. This is one of the few where it's like, really, it like the Wikipedia doesn't say anything, and then the fandom page just says glam rock, and it's like, well, okay, I guess.
Yeah. But that's kind of a little vague, you know. Al doesn't. If Al's going to parody a style, he's going to hone in on a particular artist usually when doing that style.
Yeah.
He doesn't often go broad with a style. So that's where, like, you know, that's where I'm like, maybe this is supposed to be one particular artist. This is supposed to sound like a specific song, and maybe we just haven't nailed it yet.
I wonder.
Yeah, you know what? That's something we'll have to wait and ask Al ourselves once we get the chance.
We might. That might be my question. Excuse me. Was one of those days a direct pastiche of something? Can you answer that for me, please? Thank you. And then also sign my poster. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
And unless you have anything further to add about one of those days, I feel like we should dive into Polka Party. Which... I
think now is the time for the party of polkas.
Okay, yeah, because side 1 wraps up with the polka from the album, the only title track polka. It's Polka Party, which is the polka.
Once again, restoring balance and order to Lauren's life.
Yep, this is how it should be. This is how it's supposed to be.
Ending the first side of the album with the polka to kind of like lead you into the second side, to encourage you to flipping the album over. Yeah. We had it happen in 3D, and we didn't have it happen in Dare to Be Stupid, and there was much crying and gnashing of teeth on your behalf.
There sure was. And there will be until the end of time. But yeah, this polka, initial thoughts, right? Because if people can just go back to listen to the episode that came out 2 weeks ago for the track by track listing of this, but like this is such a snapshot of the time that it happened, and let's just hit some highlights.
It is very much, hey, welcome to 1987, the polka.
Yeah.
This puts Madonna into 2 of the 3 Ps.
Yes.
This album puts the Rolling Stones into 2 of the 3 Ps.
Mm-hmm.
And there is so much like great songs shoved in here, and then there's also kind of like 1 or 2 songs where you're like, you included that? Really? Like,
Yeah.
I understand that it was a hit, but it seems weird to have Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time in this, personally. I know it was a popular song, but there's something in my brain that does not parse the idea that A, Eddie Murphy had an album, and B, that it wasn't a comedy album.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah.
And having a comedy artist doing something non-comedic, and then Al being a comedian, a musical comedian, covering that, makes my brain short circuit for the couple of seconds that it's in the polka.
That's funny. Like yeah. I will tell you, I'm one of those people that learned about the Eddie Murphy album from this polka. So I understand where you're coming from. And then, of course, learning that Eddie Murphy had an album. Then I learned that Bruce Willis had an album, which is actually really good.
Bruno. The era of Bruno, yes.
So, but yeah, I like this polka quite a bit. I think this is a great polka. I like that it opens with songs by 2 different lead singers of Genesis. And then,
yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. And then you get into the weird stuff, the Eddie Murphy thing, and then the Say You, Say Me, like, I get having Lionel Richie on here. That song in particular, I'm not...
Yeah, that one in particular, although it works really well in the polka, because it's just Al saying that in that Al way, say you, say me, just works great in this song. The thing that really gets me, that really kind of brings things home for me, because Venus works good. Nasty is kind of awkward, but like pleasantly so.
Well, that's the song is as well. So
yeah, well, of course. But I mean, having that in a polka being sung by Al,
I like
makes
this part. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the part that's what I'm getting to.
I'm sorry.
Rock Me Amadeus. Rock Me Amadeus is what sells the songs that came before it, because it's just going to be a mishmash of what is pop culture's biggest songs of that year. And it is just like, yeah, they're all over the place. They're all over the map. They're all different styles, and we've made them a polka now. And ooh, Rock Me Amadeus. Ooh, Rock Me Amadeus. Ooh. It's just so... It really just hones in on, yeah, strap in, folks. This is the end of the song, but it's going to be all weirdness, and this like makes it like authentically, oh, we get it now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I think
legitimizes. That's the word I was looking for. It legitimizes all the weirdness that came before it, and all the weirdness that's coming after it is by having Rock Me Amadeus right after Nasty and Venus.
I totally get that. Absolutely. And I think the placement of Nasty where it is leads into that weirdness, because the I like this part is just an ad lib that Janet did in Nasty that made the final cut that wasn't supposed to be in the song. I'm dead serious. And,
I believe you.
And like the fact that that's a thing that Al pulled out to like really highlight, to lead you into Rock Me Amadeus, like that's the genius moment, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the brilliance. Like taking that little thing, because it's just Janet, like, I like this part, and then I like this part, like then going, ooh, like that's brilliant. That's the brilliance.
I have to say, I don't think I've ever heard Janet say I like this part in Nasty, and now I'm rethinking my entire life, because I've always attributed that to just an Al ad lib about him liking Rock Me Amadeus.
Nope. Nope.
That's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah. I have, my husband is one of the foremost like Jackson scholars that there is. And so like he brought that information to me, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I heard it and I was like, oh my God. Like, yes. Like, and it just cemented in me that everything Al does is like intentional and just so like he is playing 3D chess, and like we're lucky to like know where the checkers board is, right? I'm just like, and like it's just amazing what he's able to do. And like, I don't know about you, but the Papa Don't Preach is one of the best polka endings that there is.
It is absolutely one of the best polka endings. And we get the Earbooker polka version of it at the very end.
Yeah.
With the repetition, which is like, becomes the standard for all polkas. At least all Al polkas.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the great little button on the end of the song.
Yeah. Oh, it for sure is. And like this is a good polka. I think we made this point on the episode about this particular song. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that like this was his third try at this genre, and like you could tell that he's just tightening it up and tightening it up and tightening it up and getting better. And we'll talk about this as we kind of move forward, right? This makes me even more upset that there's not a polka on Even Worse, and it makes me even more upset that the polka on UHF is what it is, and that we don't get another true like time capsule polka in earnest until Polka Your Eyes Out. So we will have all of these discussions as these come, but I will say that like, he came back swinging with Polka Your Eyes Out. Like
this one really kind of like the first polka established the format. The second polka kind of like gave us a better idea of them being a time capsule and gave us that structure. And then this one kind of like cemented those more in place.
Yep. And so like exactly. And so that's why it's such a bummer that we don't we go from 1986 to 1992 before we have this format again. And I love that he, by and large with one, exception, stuck to this format with the polkas.
Two exceptions.
Oh, you're right. Wait, two,
because the one on UHF and then the one on Alapalooza.
Oh, I meant after Polka Your Eyes Out. But yes, there's two exceptions. But after Polka Your Eyes Out, like he pretty much stuck with it. But the one on Alapalooza is the except. Yes, there's two exceptions. One in the 80s and one in the 90s. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, but we love polkas in these parts. We absolutely do.
Absolutely.
That's why we're having this party. So Ian,
this polka party, polka party.
It's a polka party, and we're talking about polka party. We've covered this album.
We have now covered this album, which, by the way, took us much less time than it usually does, because this album as a whole, I think, is Al's shortest album.
It might be. Yeah.
Because it like side 1 and 2 clock in together at 34 minutes.
At 34 minutes and a whopping 7 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Worse doesn't have a polka, but that's still 37:32. It's barely longer, but it's longer.
Yeah, well, I mean, this one also has, I think, the least number of songs on it. This is only a 10-song album.
Yeah, that's also true. So
usually Al will go 11 or 12, but this is, I think, the shortest album all around. So yes, our conversation has been shorter this time.
Yep, it absolutely is. But hey, you know what? We'll press on. And do you have anything? Because we're gonna get together again after the end of side 2, where I think we're gonna have some different kinds of conversations.
We will definitely be having some more stronger worded things to say.
Yeah, well, side 2 tends to be the places where those things happen.
Absolutely.
So, but before I let you go, is there anything you were doing some very nice seamless plugging throughout?
Totally seamless.
Throughout the show, but is there anything in particular you'd like listeners to check out right now? After all, it is the 4th of July, so what should they throw on of yours for their barbecues?
Well, if you're feeling patriotic, and if you're feeling also that you may have missed Ghostbusters Day back on June 7th, You can celebrate it again with my updated version of my song Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good, the Ghostbusters Day 2025 edition. I've updated some of the lyrics to that to include stuff about the 2 newest Ghostbuster movies, as well as change the recording a little bit. That recording is available now on all streaming sites. And if you're feeling especially patriotic, I do have a song called Woke Marxist Pope, which is a parody of Pink Pony Club, which is out on the streaming sites as well, if you're into that maybe a little bit slightly political humor. But beyond that, of course, you can find me on all the things at insaneian.bandcamp.com for all of my songs that aren't on your other streaming sites, and for some that are. Or, if you like to purchase music, that's a thing. Or you can find me visually at youtube.com/insaneian or patreon.com/insaneian.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Insane Ian.
Well, thank you, Looney Lauren.
Yeah, no, see, nobody calls me that except for you, and I like that because I literally.
Well, that's what it says on the screen. I
know. I only make
use your full government name.
That is my full government name. I am Looney Lauren. You are Insane Ian, and this has been Polka Party. So I think I've exhausted my alliteration for the day.
There's so much alliteration. I love it.
All right. Well, folks, enjoy your 4th of July. Be safe. The next time you hear us, I really hope you still have all of the digits that you've had when this started. Just be careful today.
Yeah, you don't want it to be just one of those days.
No, you don't want it to be just one of those days, right? And we'll come at you again with. I'm not sure what the next thing you're going to hear is going to be. But we're going to start side 2 very soon. I'm just saying I haven't decided if I'm going to do a concert recap or not.
I see.
But I may not. Either way, 2 weeks from now, there will be some brand new, beautiful content for you, whether it's us kicking off side 2 with Here's Johnny, or me talking about the concert that I just saw. You're just going to have to wait and find out. But either way, stay weird, be awesome, and goodbye!
Goodbye! Goodbye, 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 goodbye!